Hello, I am Andrew Bauer, and this is a New York Times homework assignment. The title of this article is Inside the Mind of a Criminal. The author is Claire Nee, and the date of the publication is May 29th, 2015. The purpose of this article, in my opinion, is how people get fixated on certain aspects of technology. In this instance, they use simulation technology, usually utilized for pilots and surgeons, because those are such high risk jobs, and if they mess up, then obviously it's a really big deal. But in this case, they kind of thought outside the box, and they're like, hey, well, we analyze the minds of all these great people. Why don't we look at something that isn't like that? So they analyze criminals using this model and simulation technology. Um, the what I learned from this article is I don't obviously criminals aren't the smartest people because they got caught and they're in jail, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're not clever. And what I mean by that is that um, when they compare the thieves to grad students who are all smart, generally speaking, they were just downright more productive when they simulated the break-in in the house. If I was to further research this topic, one thing I would definitely do is look at the two population groups that I'm comparing. What I mean is that you look at thieves and you look at grad students, and you were to look at maybe the demographics or more of the sociological approach to it, and you just look at things like income, the amount of percent that have spent in jail. You look at things like that, then it would make sense why these two groups differ so much. Obviously, grad students are going to be a lot less likely to commit crime, to grow up with that type of background, because the biggest determinant of how much money you make is how much your parents did. Also, obviously, the same thing with the level of education you get. So obviously, all those things are less. So if you're literally comparing polar opposites in this article. So I think it'd be a little interesting to compare, these that got caught to maybe another group that wasn't completely on the other side of the spectrum. That was really my only problem with the article, because obviously they found something because they just compared really the extreme left side to the extreme right side of something. It's just people that are just very, very, very different. Um, this article relates to this course just for the simple fact of um, when they compare the break-ins from the burglars to the grad students. Obviously, the burglars are probably just as bad as the grad students when they started out, meaning that the burglars probably modified their behavior to maximize the greatest amount of profit that they could get from the things that they stole, which is one of the big things they noticed and the differences between the two groups. And obviously, if they modified their behavior, then that is a sign of learning. So that's how it relates to this course.